tonight. So welcome back.
Apologies for last week, guys. It was a bit of an emotional one.
No need to apologise. So what we did was we went off on a mini adventure with a bit of a time stop with Elsery, Rhiannon and Nedwin. So who would like to do a quick recap of what happened last week?
Everybody answer at once.
Well, when we first started, we started off in this room here, and Elsery found an orb, and due to failure of some rolling, we found an orb filled with green mist, all of our stuff, and due to my poor rolling, Elsery accidentally breaks the orb filled with this green mist, unleashing a keeper who set us a different adventure to go and rescue a village elsewhere. So we went off with him. We went back in time, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on anything on this, because my memory is shocking. We went back in time to this area here, where we found some other beloved characters that we have previously played against before, running up towards us, saying "run away," whilst a giant dragon was flying over. And they pointed us in the direction of where next to go, which was in the center of this pillar, in the center of the circle, and down there was a small tunnel. We all went down there, and we came across this room, where everything was covered aside from the room the characters are currently stood in. We walk into the room, and that circle was actually filled with fluid, and it had a door underneath it. But we couldn't go into the liquid simply because it was red rust from a rust monster. So that's definitely something you don't want to get yourself into. But there was 3 doors on either side. We had keys, which we also found on the bodies that Elsery looted in the previous rooms, and we had to figure out which keys went with which door. So that was a fun little puzzle. As we went through, each room had different things. So one room had an eye that if you went into the vision of it, it destroyed you. So we had to be careful of that. We found a few things here and there. Basically, our mission was to see if we can find a way to empty out the fluid or the liquid in the pool to get to the 4th door. And eventually we did so using the eye. Further down south of the map, we just turned it towards the liquid. That eye has a heating power which helped evaporate the liquid, and we were able to get through the door, releasing an army for the good people to fight off any further bad. So we were able to help the army, and we were able to help those people, and then we got transported back to where we were now. I hope that made sense.
So, yes, by assisting in the reinforcements, what you came face to face with the first time was known as the Calamity, which is a recurring theme through this campaign. So yeah, that was last week's session. As you reappear with this gentleman right here, who looks like a big elephant, and that was the body he'd taken as the keeper. And back in the room with you is Quill and Emlyn. That's where we left the session off last week. So, if everyone is ready, let us continue. The keeper looks at the 3 of you and says, well, it seems that the timelines are back on the correct paths. So for that, I must thank you. Elsery, I see that you are still injured from your incident with the door. Please, let me assist. And a large light fills the room. It feels warm. Everyone, could you all put your hit points back to their original state, as you are all fully healed.
Yay.
Yay.
Does this warmth only heal us in terms of health? Does it do anything else? For example, regain spell slots, or is it just for health?
You know what? As it was a little side quest, what I will do is I will say yes, you can have your spell slots back as well.
Mhm.
So that's just the power of the keepers.
Yes.
So yes, he turns around and says, "Well, I hope that will help you as you continue your adventures. Is there anything that I could do to assist before I depart?"
Well, Rhiannon says, we are stuck below about 9 or 10 thieves right above us as we're below a house. Is there any way you could help us out of here if possible? Rhiannon asks, questioningly.
At this moment, I can possibly teleport you out of the building, but apart from that, there is nothing else I can think of at this time.
That would be helpful.
Do you
At
think
least
we
get
should
surprised.
stay?
Okay.
Could
So-
you teleport us behind who's coming after us,
What? Rhiannon turns
rather
to
than
Emlyn
out
and
of the
asks,
building?
Why is that, Emlyn? Rhiannon asks.
The keeper
So we
looks
can-
with an inquisitive face and says, interesting, I must ask that myself.
I don't know how the rest of you feel, but I think we should get a little more information out of the people who are coming after us, just in case there's more than 12. So I think sneak up behind them, maybe keep one alive.
I guess, it'll sort of be a slightly uneven battle with only us, was it 1, 2, well, us 5 and them 9 or 10. I'd rather not face any more battles than we'd need to, is Rhiannon's response to that. Although it's not necessarily up to them, it's up to the party.
So would you like to put both suggestions forward to the party and make your decision?
I kind of think it's an idea.
Yeah, and Rhiannon just would like to go, so...
Okay.
Yeah. Nedwin?
I feel like the
No, Karen.
I was
Okay,
going to say, I feel like it's best to just press forward. So much lag in the chat. There's so
Okay.
much lag.
I as the DM, I'm going to say then, Elsery, if you would continue.
I feel like we need to press forward because we only came in here to collect our weapons, which we now have. So as much information is useful, we've got what we came for. We can just press on. Is what else we
Okay.
go with.
Nedwin.
Yes.
To win.
Nedwin's in agreement. I think the party. This has become a distraction. We came here to go to the Adventurers Guild to report that we're here to take up their offer or their call for aid. So any delay in that may have dire consequences. So I think Nedwin would be eager to get and to report to the Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
Quill.
Well, Emlyn, you are the most brutal bard I think I've ever met. But I
They shouldn't have taken that violin, I tell you.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think we're going to have to... I think I would prefer to go with everyone else's decision and just go in.
Okay.
No, it's not peer pressure. I'm just not stupid.
I don't think I'm stupid. I'm angry still. Although I've got the violin back, I'm a little rattled that they took it without us realizing.
Okay. So the keeper turns to you and says, well, as you would like to exit, it is my pleasure to lead you out. As he leads you out, you find yourselves yet again. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong map. There we go. It's because you have your marked map now.
Yep.
Yep.
So you find yourselves back outside the building in the city of Antaphis. What would you like to do?
For the sake of the audience, I just want to remind them that I put a spell on the map, so it's only us that can see the map. Everybody else sees a love letter.
Yeah.
Yes, there is, isn't there? So, where would you guys like to go?
So